Therapy is something that can be a really great experience, but the process of coming to therapy can be really uncomfortable for a lot of people. Walking into the waiting room is a nerve-wracking experience. The palms get sweaty and the heart races fast, and it feels really overwhelming. When clients come to session, sometimes they expect that they'll leave instantly feeling a sense of relief and a sense of being unburdened. And sometimes that happens, which is awesome. We're really glad when that happens for our clients, but the reality is that not every client leaves instantly feeling a whole lot better. Sometimes clients come to therapy and the initial process of poking into their stuff kind of leaves them feeling vulnerable and overwhelmed and like it's a little bit too much. And sometimes that feeling can make them kind of want to run from the process altogether. It's kind of like when you have an infection, it becomes necessary to get it treated. And so the stuff that we bring to therapy is a bit like an emotional infection. It's stuff that needs attention, it needs help, it needs someone else to come alongside and help rectify the situation. And coming to therapy, we're going to work with that stuff that you bring in a way that's gentle and caring and sensitive, in a way that a nurse would gently work at cleaning out a wound, or a doctor would gently work at drawing the infection out in a way that was mindful of the client's need to feel safe and to feel comfortable. And so when we come to therapy and we work at that stuff, it doesn't necessarily feel good. That process of cleaning out a wound is painful, but it's a necessary pain in order to get back to a place of being healed and whole and healthy. And so coming to therapy isn't necessarily always comfortable, it's not always easy, and it's not always instantly awesome, but in the end, it ends up being worth the pain because we create an environment where we can clean up some things in your life and get you to a place of feeling more whole and more together and ready to step back out into the world without the risk of an infection taking over. And just like a doctor wouldn't send someone out with an open wound after draining it, we're not in the business of sending people out with open emotional wounds either. If we're going to work with some of the things that are close to your heart, we're also going to make sure that we give you tips and techniques of how to care for those things. In the same way that a doctor would put some ointment and bandage a wound, we're going to teach you strategies and work together to create ways of helping you learn how to care for those tender parts of your life. And so this process, although uncomfortable, will eventually lead to greater healing and restoration.